Yes.
Hello, Andrea. Good morning. Good to see
Hi,
you.
good morning.
This is
We had a
the
little
benefit.
technical challenge.
This is always with live events. You know, these things can happen. The gremlins creep in. Anyway, it's good to see you now, Andrea. Gerd and I have been talking about the GTM, obviously coming up soon, but I know that you've got a whole bunch of stuff to tell our audience about. So, if you're ready, would you like to go ahead with that?
Yeah, first of all, good morning and also a very warm welcome from my side. My name is Andrea Hackmann and I'm working as the Key Account Manager for the Passion Play project since January 2017. Right now, I'm handling different things, marketing, sales, requests, booking, payments, and all these things for a B2B partner from all over the world. I'm very pleased that you have accepted our invitation for today, and we really hope that we are able to meet your expectations for today's event. In order to create a very informative and interesting webinar for all people involved, your interaction is requested. Therefore, please feel free to ask questions. This gives you the opportunity to prepare your own groups as best as possible and to receive all relevant information. Since we assume that the majority of the participants today is familiar with the theme of Passion Play Oberammergau, we do not want to show a detailed presentation of this special event, although we might talk about this for hours. But if you are interested in more details, just let us know and we will arrange a separate meeting. But nevertheless, let us start with the short impression of Passion Play Oberammergau.
Halleluja! Ist erstanden!
Yeah, this is just a very short impression of what you and your guests will expect in this summer season between May and October 2022. Let me just summarize this special event in a very few words. The Passion Play in Oberammergau is the most famous passion play in the world. We expect 500,000 people coming from all over the world between the middle of May and the beginning of October. We have more than 100 performances. That means we play every day except Monday and Wednesday. And the theater, which you can see on the screen, has place for 4,500 people. The Passion Play only takes place every 10 years. Therefore, it's something really impressive. And it was planned for 2020. And due to the COVID situation, we had to postpone for 2 years. Therefore, this year it's the 42nd Passion Play, and we will start with the opening night in less than 3 weeks on the 14th of May. The Passion Play has quite a very long tradition. The first Passion Play was in 1634, And what is the background for this passion play? In 1633, during the 30 Years' War, the people in Oberammergau, the inhabitants, they swore an oath that no one will die any longer because of the plague if they play the last days of Jesus Christ every 10 years. And what is quite impressive is also the story behind. This little village of Oberammergau has around about 5,000 inhabitants, and more than 2,000 people are on stage. But these people, these are no professional actors. These are all inhabitants of the village. You can only take part in the passion play if you've born there, or you must live there for at least 20 years. And yeah, this is very impressive also for the people in Oberammergau. And so now we've got then less than 3 weeks until the opening night, and the preparations are in full swing. And what might also be interesting for you, Thomas Cook, in the mid of the 19th century, he discovered Oberammergau as a tourism destination, and therefore from this time on, we've many foreign travelers from all over the world coming to Oberammergau. And the focus today is we want to provide you with relevant information to prepare your groups, and of course we want to give a little insight in the happenings in Oberammergau and around, because as you might imagine, there are so many people involved to have this passion play. Let me just show you some pictures. This is a picture from the rehearsals. The people who are on stage, they have a rehearsal almost every day, and they meet at the Passion Play Theatre. And these pictures, which you can see, are already pictures which are brand new, and they are already for the new picture book, which we will also offer as a souvenir article in Oberammergau. And what is quite interesting, I just said that we do not have professional actors. All the actors on stage, they have to combine it with their normal job. And it's not only the people on stage who are preparing, but also the people behind the stage. That means here you can see a living picture. We have a lot of people involved preparing the music and, of course, preparing the stage. And next to the actors on stage and behind the scenes, we also have so many restaurants and hotels who are preparing everything so that you and your guests have all the things they need for the Passion Play season. Yeah, this is just a little insight. It's quite stressy in Oberammergau for all the people involved. Everything is ready. We also have the first things on site, such as the luggage points, and we are printing the tickets. We are preparing the travel documents so that we can start in less than 3 weeks. And yeah, and at the beginning, on Sunday, we also have the GTM in Oberammergau, where the participants can also take the chance to have an insight in the current rehearsals. And just to give you a video trailer impression of one of the rehearsals, where you can also see the people on stage. You can see the director, Christian Stückel, as well as the actors, and you can also see children on stage, because they can also take part in the Passion Play. of the Passion Play and, of course, of the happenings in Oberammergau and the preparations.
Great, thank you, Andrea. Some really cool film there. I really enjoyed watching those clips. So anyway, before I go on, everybody out there, remember to send in any questions that you might have, and the guys from Passion Play will try and answer them for you. So to begin with, Gerhard, I've got a question for you. The corona pandemic hit the tourism industry, and of course the 2020 Passion Play had to be postponed. We mentioned that before. Also in Germany, the COVID regulations in different parts of life are more and more relaxed now. What are the corona regulations for attending the Passion Play?
So for the Passion Play, since April the 4th, there are no rules. So we play with a full house. There's no tests necessary to go in the theater, and also the mask is not necessary. You can wear a mask, but it's not a must. We have a health team, a highly professional health team from the Bavarian health minister here. We talk every day with the doctors about protection, what we can do. All our actors go every day to a test. So everything is sure, and all the important informations, if something will be changed, are on our website, and our key account management will inform directly our partners if something happens or something changed.
Okay, thank you. Something else that springs to mind is many tour groups travel with their own coach or bus. What should be considered here? What are parking facilities available in Oberammergau?
So we have 2 parking facilities near the theater. You get an entrance permission from our key account management. We will send it automatically with the vouchers and the tickets.
Great. Thanks. And what about those passenger guests who are not coming by coach? They're coming by public transport. What happens to them? How do they?
So by public transport, if they come on the railway station at Oberammergau, we have 4 lines. The bus lines are connecting the hotels with the village center, and from the rail station to the city center, it's just a few steps. People who are staying in Garmisch-Partenkirchen or Monau or Ettal, we have special shuttles every day from Ettal, from Garmisch, from Monau, from Kohl Group to the Passion Play Theater.
Thank you, Gerhard. Security is becoming more and more important in today's world. So could you tell us what security precautions there are?
Yes. We work with an international security company together since 2018. This company is also responsible for the security at the Munich airport and at the Bavarian government. It's called Securitas. We checked packages. We have special entrances in front of the theater, so we will check the baggage. It's only allowed to have a small handbag for the theater and a bottle of water, but not more than half a liter.
Okay, thank you, Gerhard. I'd like to bring Andrea in on this one. In previous years, and in fact I expect it will be this year too, the average age of guests will tend to be higher. So there will certainly be many people with restricted mobility. What is important to know here, Andrea?
Yeah, of course, the Passion Play Theatre has a special wheelchair seating. We've got special wheelchair seats in row number 12, and the person traveling with this person in a wheelchair can directly sit behind him or her. But please note that the wheelchair seats have to be booked in advance directly via us, and the guests must show a proof of reduction at the entrance. And of course, we have a lot of older people coming with walking sticks or canes for blind people. It is of course possible to bring them to the theater, and we created special holders where they can place their sticks and their canes during the play. And of course, there is staff who might help with this. And what's also important, unfortunately, it is not allowed to bring walkers into the theater just because of security and safety reasons. But it's of course possible to store them outside the theater next to the entrances. And if you've got a need for a person who is disabled or something like that, please let us know in advance so that we can also inform the hotel and book the correct room for him or her.
Great, thank you, Andrea. Let's talk about meals. I know that various meals are also included in the booked arrangements. Where do they take place and what should be considered?
Yeah, of course, the culinary aspect is quite important for all the guests, and therefore no one has to leave Oberammergau and the region hungry. We've got those guests who have the 2-night package, and for the 2-night package, you have a dinner on day of arrival. And this dinner on day of arrival is normally directly at the hotel restaurant, the accommodation we allocated for you. And then the thing which is very important is the Passion Play menu during the break. The Passion Play itself is separated into 2 parts. The first one, 2.5 hours, and the second one, also 2.5 hours. And within these 2 parts, we've got a break of 3 hours, and then we've got the Passion Play menu. This is the 3-course menu, which is served in one of the restaurants in Oberammergau or Ettal. And with the travel documents, we will provide more detailed information which restaurant we allocated for you and for your guests. And of course, there are a lot of restaurants directly in walking distance to the theater. This is not the problem. And if the restaurant is not in walking distance, we offer shuttle buses, which start directly at the Dorfstraße, which is almost in front of the theater. Then they can go to the restaurant, and of course, the shuttle will bring them back. The thing which is brand new for 2022, this is the thing we did not plan for 2020, is the beverage package, which is quite important for the guests as well as for the restaurants. During this dinner, during the break, the drinks such as soft drinks, water, beer, wine, coffee, tea, all you need is included so that no one has to pay for his drinks. This will make things much easier, and this will, of course, save a lot of time. In general, you can say if you are allocated in a restaurant in an accommodation in Oberammergau or Ettal, then you also have the dinner during the break at your accommodation. But if you, for example, allocated in Garmisch or in Bad Kohlgrub, then of course it's not possible to return during the break. Then we allocate a restaurant in Oberammergau and Ettal, and we bring the people there. No one has to choose a meal in advance. They will do everything upon arrival at the restaurant, and you can choose between 3 different meals. And we also offer a vegetarian version. And for all those who booked the light lunch, this is another meal which we offer. This is an optional service. You can book it in advance, but it's not a must. It's just a service we offer. This is a light lunch before the start of the Passion Play. It's a 1-course menu, and this will also be served in one of the restaurants in Oberammergau and Ettal. And we inform which restaurant we allocated with the travel documents.
Thank you, Andrea. All that talk about food is making me hungry. You just mentioned,
It's almost lunchtime.
yeah, you just mentioned travel documents. Maybe you could share some more information on that with the audience.
Yes, yeah, of course. This is quite a very important point we want to talk about and also want to inform the participants. In general, we will send our travel documents 30 days prior to arrival. What do the B2B partner receive from our site? It's a PDF file which contains the voucher documents for the accommodation, for the dinner services, for the light lunch if you booked it, and of course, what is quite important about the bus parking space we just talked about. Our travel documents, you will find an entrance permission. You have to print it out and put it in front of your bus, and then you can enter the village of Oberammergau. We've got a parking permit and a voucher for the bus parking space. Then you can just arrive at the bus parking space, you have the documents in front of your window, and then you will find your bus parking space. The thing which is very important is the question, how can I get the original tickets and the textbook? As I just explained at the beginning, the Passion Play is a very traditional event, and therefore we do not have e-tickets or something like that. We still have the paper tickets. And all the guests will receive their original ticket as well as the textbook, which we of course also offer in English language, upon arrival at their accommodation. You will get a voucher for it, then the tour guide just shows the voucher at the accommodation, and then he or she will receive the documents, and the guests have to write their name on the ticket. And they of course have to show their passport at the entrance. And what is very important for logistic, if you booked a one-night package, then you always have to go to the accommodation before the play. You have to go there, pick up the tickets as well as the textbook, then go to the Passion Play, and then you've got the check-in after the performance. We do not send tickets and textbook via post, and all of the other voucher files, they are sent via email. And of course, if there's a change, if it's a name change, a cancellation, an additional booking or something like that, then of course you will receive automatically new travel documents. The first documents have already been sent, therefore all the people who already made a booking for the first performance date, they already received the documents.
Good. Gerhard, is there anything you would like to add to that? I know Andreas has given us a lot of information. Perhaps you've got some points you'd like to add? Is Gerhard still with us? Have we lost him?
Charles, can you hear me?
Yes, Gerhard. Yes.
Okay. Could you repeat the question, please?
Yes, sure. I was wondering if there was anything you would like to add to the points that Andrea just gave us.
No, it was an excellent information about the handling. Thank you very much, Andrea.
And of
Okay,
course,
but
if the tour operator receives the documents and if there are still any questions, then of course you can always contact us via phone, via email, so that we of course can explain the questions regarding the travel documents.
Maybe what is important, if your tour guides are coming around our area, they are every time welcome to visit us in the office in Oberammergau. We're in front of the Passion Play Theater, and you can just come without any appointment. So we there every day from 9 to 5 o'clock.
okay, thank you, Gerhard. One thing that I'm intrigued about as well. Do you have an insider tip about attractions which should definitely be included in travel plans for Oberammergau?
Yes, our museum. We had a special exhibition. It's called Material Fabrics, Body and Passion. And the house is inside and outside, wrapped with costumes from the Passion Play 2000 and 2010. It was made by the University of Art in Munich, and it's a project from young students.
Very, very interesting. Another point that pops up as well is what should we keep in mind in terms of what to wear, choosing an outfit?
Yesterday I had some tour guides from Britain, and I told them put warm clothes. Think you make a walk in August through the forest in Scotland. Use the same clothes for the visit the Passion Play, because it will be cold at night.
Right, that's a very good point. I've been wondering, so I need to take some warm clothing as well.
Yes, and warm shoes. So it's not a fashion week.
Yeah. So it's not about being fashionable, it's about staying warm. That's absolutely right. I've got a question here from one of our listeners. Or viewers, I should say. What time do the performances start and finish? And is it reasonable to travel by train for the day?
Andrea?
I'm not sure who'd like to take that. Andrea, perhaps?
We start with the opening night on the 14th of May, and until the middle of August, we start at 2:30 with the first part of the Passion Play. And from the middle of August on, we start 1 hour earlier. That means at 1:30. You always have to keep in mind that you have to be at the entrances at least 1 hour before the performance starts, due to the security regulations we just talked about. And then the other question was regarding how to reach Oberammergau by train. It is, of course, possible to reach Oberammergau by train if you, for example, arrive in Munich. Then you take the local train in direction to Garmisch. There's a train connection every hour. You just have to switch the train one time in Murnau, and then in Murnau you change the train, and then you've got a very small train which goes up to the mountains, and then you can reach Oberammergau. It's round about 2 hours from Munich to Oberammergau. It's of course possible to arrive via train, and the train station is walking distance of round about 10 minutes to the Passion Play Theatre. But please keep in mind to be there at least 1 hour before the performance starts.
But if you come from Innsbruck, you go to Garmisch-Partenkirchen, then you change the train to a bus connection to Oberammergau. So from Garmisch-Partenkirchen there's no train connection if you come from the Austrian side.
I see. Okay, that's good. Somebody is also asking, on arrival, are guests traveling in a group provided with individual vouchers for all included services, i.e. separate tickets and meal vouchers for every individual passenger? Or how does that work? If you could just clarify that for us, please.
Yeah, all the B2B partner, they made a booking for us, and for every reservation, you will receive a PDF file with the voucher documents, and then the names are listed on the voucher. And if they do not arrive as a group, then of course you can make a copy of it, and then the accommodation has a rooming list.
Okay, thank you, Andrea. Another one, I guess it's for you as well. This is actually a couple of questions in one. If guests wish to attend Mass, is this possible? What time would it take place?
We have...
Go on, I'll ask the rest.
We have, of course, churches in Oberammergau, and I can, of course, forward more detailed information regarding this via email. You can just forward me the person who wants this information, then I can give a detailed overview.
Sure. And the second part of that question is, would the coaches be able to use the same parking spaces assigned for during the show?
Do they want to leave during the performance, or what is the question exactly?
No. As part of the first question, so people who attend in mass, if they came in a group on a coach, would they still be able to use the same parking facilities?
Yeah, you will receive the entrance permission for the day of the performance. Then you come to the village, and then of course you can come early in the morning. You can park your bus, and then the people can go to the mass, for example.
Okay. I've got
And of
another
course,
question.
regarding the bus parking space, it's definitely important that we have this information in advance. If there is any tour operator who did not make a booking for a parking space or an entrance permission until now, there is of course place left. This is not the problem, but we need this information in advance to prepare the correct travel documents.
Okay, Andrea, you're getting a lot of trade questions here, but that's why we're here.
Okay, we will do our very best.
I have another one for the one-night packages where they have, say, 5 hotels allocated to a coach. How does that work with regards to collecting tickets? Do they need to drive to each accommodation and then ask the clients to exchange vouchers for tickets, or do they at that point leave their luggage? Could you perhaps go into a bit more detail on that for us?
Yeah, maybe let's have an example. We've got 5 double rooms at Hotel A and another 5 double rooms at Hotel B. Then we have in every accommodation 10 tickets for the 5 double rooms, so that you have to go to both accommodations before the performance and pick up the tickets as well as the textbook. It is of course possible to store the luggage. That's absolutely not the problem. But it's not possible to do the check-in because we have so many changes, especially with the one-night packages, because they have to clean the rooms and so on. You can store your luggage there, take your tickets, and then you have the check-in after the performance.
Okay, great. Another one for you, Andrea. I'm sorry, you're really earning your corn today. What can you tell us about the accommodation that's available?
Yeah, we've got different kinds of accommodations. We've got 5-star hotels, 4-star hotels, 3-star and 2-star hotels. It's all depending upon the preference of the client. And we also have, but this is more for B2C guests, we also have holiday flats and private apartments. And all these hotels, they are of course not only directly in Oberammergau, because the village is definitely too small for so many people. Therefore, we also have the accommodations in the surrounding destinations, such as Ettal, which is only 5 kilometers away. We also have accommodations in Bad Kohlgrub, in Murnau, and in Garmisch. And with the travel documents, you will receive the information which accommodation we allocated. And we, of course, already communicated it in advance. And yeah, all the accommodations have a very high quality standard. We've got several quality checks we are doing so that we can guarantee a very good quality.
Great, thank
and
you.
of course, you
So
always have the breakfast at the accommodation, which is also very important. And, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Finally, because we don't seem to have any more questions coming in, I've got one last one. How will visitors find their way around? Are you going to provide site maps or anything like that? How will they do this?
Yeah, there will also be an info counter next to the entrance of the Passion Play Theater. And we are preparing maps of the village, which gives an overview for the people, because the people, they always want to know where is the toilet, where is the bus parking space, and of course, where are the luggage points where you can store. For example, if you come to Oberammergau, you buy some souvenirs or something like that, We've got depot containers where the guests can store their luggage, which is not allowed to bring to the theater. And this is an overview where you can find all these things and also the accommodations as well as the restaurants, to give an overview of the village. But no one has to be afraid, because the village itself is very small and it's quite easy to find the locations.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Andrea. In fact, thank you both. We're almost done here now. But before we come to a final close, Gerhard, would you like to say a few words?
Yes, thank you very much. UK, one of the most important markets for us since more than 100 years. Everybody is welcome to join us during the months from May to October. And thank you very much for all the support to sell so many tickets in the UK market. Thank you very much for the help.
Thank
And
yeah.
I hope I can see you soon.
Indeed, I look forward to it. It's not long now. I'll be there on Saturday. There's one more question just popped in, actually. Does the ticket-only option include the dinner? I don't know which of you would like to take that one.
No, the ticket only includes only ticket only, but we can support to help to make a reservation for dinner.
Okay, so does what it says on the tin. It's ticket only. Great. If we haven't been able to answer your question, we do have your name and your email, and the Passion Play team will get in touch with you directly. So don't feel left out if we haven't actually got around to your question this morning. Andrea, would you like to say a few final words before we close?
Yeah, just a few words. First of all, thank you very much for your interest and for your time. I hope we were able to provide you with helpful information regarding the preparation of your own tours. And of course, to share with you the spirit we have in Oberammergau right now. If you go on our website, in the agency FAQ area, we added some additional information and offer the possibility to download some maps of the village, about the bus lines and all these things, which might be helpful for your own travel documents. And then for all those who will attend the GTM from Sunday on, please feel free to arrange an appointment with us. And of course, if there are still any questions you do not want to place here, or you will have within this afternoon or within the next days, please always feel free to contact us. Please ask as many questions as possible, and we will do our very best to provide you with all information you may need. And yeah, I also hope to see you and your guests in Oberammergau between May and October. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Gerhard. Big thanks to you both for all the information that you provided today. As I said earlier, I'm going to the GTM at this weekend, and I'm really excited about it. So if you're going to be there, I'm looking forward to see you too. I'll see you there. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.
8.